And that's 8 fishing. 10 fishing.
Now fish for herring. I'm not going to do that, but cool.
11 fishing.
900 total level. Pretty cool.
13 fishing.
And 45 cooking. Sorties, let's go.
48 fishing. A bit of a jump there, but we can now fish for leaping trout, which I'm going to go try. So this is a slight goof. We're not actually able to get into the barbarian fishing chunk because of this one little pyre boat. So that's a little sad. I definitely should have checked this beforehand, but it is what it is. Let's backlog the sturgeon. And I guess now we'll just go do some fishing trawler. So if you've never done fishing trawler, this is a mini game in which you go out onto this boat with a bunch of other people and you catch fish. But instead of like catching fish the normal way, you're actually just trying to maintain this boat. So on this upper deck, there are kraken tentacles that burst out of the water and that we have to attack. The tentacles themselves will break the railings, which will then repair as well. The kraken tentacles will also rip the net, so someone with rope will fix that. I didn't bring any rope, so somebody else is going to fix that. You do this as a group, not a huge deal. Doing basically any task on the boat gives you contribution, and contribution you have to gain enough to where you can get the XP rewards. On the bottom of the boat, there are holes that have to be plugged. That is what the swamp paste is for. Basically, you just kind of spam click between, usually about like 1 or 2 holes. And then we also have bailing buckets. You can see in the very top, there's a water bar. As that fills up, if that fills up all the way, we lose. So you can use bailing buckets to pull the water out of the boat. Pretty simple mini game. The rewards for this aren't that great. The main things that we're kind of looking for from here, we can get the full angler set. So you'll notice there's a ton of people wearing like green hats. That is part of the angler outfit. It gives like plus 1% experience per outfit piece. I think in total of like 5% extra experience. It's really marginal. Hopefully we shouldn't be here too long if we don't go incredibly dry. This isn't really a good source of actual experience. Most people just do this for the actual outfit itself. So it's around this time that I realized that my chunk is not great. I don't like this. Getting to like 90 fishing to catch manta rays with my current stuff is not fun. So this is me killing the ogres that I need for this chunk, the shaman and warrior, and then a couple arty tasks. I gotta turn in this rusty sword for one of the tasks. And then finally cooking a lobster, since that's the highest thing that I have from my fishing grind. And I am just gonna roll another chunk. I want to keep playing the game and not just get stuck in one place. So let's mark off a couple more chunks and spin the wheel. Okay. Let's definitely unlock Catherby. We can basically just continue our fishing grind with a normal way to fish. So that's pretty nice. We'll mark these other 2 chunks. And from here, we can kind of continue our fishing grind with a much more reasonable thing. Now to do a little exploring, it does look like we have a arrow shop here. I'm not going to be getting the fletching cape anytime soon, but that is pretty useful. Some decent arrows here. We also have this fishing shop, so we can now buy basically any kind of fishing equipment that we need, which is pretty nice. So let's grab a harpoon and a lobster pot. I think I need I don't know what else I need, but let's start with that. And let's get to fishing. And it's been some time later, but that is 68 fishing, which means that we can now enter the fishing guild, which is pretty freaking cool. So the fishing guild gives like a +3 invisible bonus. It also just has a lot of good fishing spots. In general, it's just a milestone that is cool, but this is a one-take clip, so how about I show you one other cool thing which is that is in fact 70 cooking, which means that we can now also make admiral pies, which give a small fishing boost as well. And here we are entering the fishing guild. Again, we have access to basically a ton of fishing supplies here, so I'll just grab one of all of those. Doing a little bit of exploring. I don't know what exactly is here. Doesn't seem like anything is up here, but over here we also have, what does this guy sell? This guy looks like he sells more fishing supplies. I guess you could sell fish directly to him, but that seems kind of bad. Again, there's sharks, swordfish, and a handy little bank. So that is pretty useful. This will be where I will be doing the rest of my fishing. This is a way more convenient. Again, the invisible +3 bonus. There's also a platform? I don't know what that goes to, but I guess I'll find out in the future. And that's 71 fishing and 1,000 total level. It has been quite the journey. As you can see, we are racking up some hours on this account. But more importantly, with that Admiral Pie that we're now able to cook, we are actually able to boost 5 levels and then able to fish sharks. So let's go around and gather up all the supplies that we'll need to actually cook that Admiral Pie. So let's grab ourselves a little salmon here. And we will make a little pastry dough here. Put that bad boy into the pie dish. And let's grab some potatoes, because we'll need that as well. So we need to cook the salmon, and then we use the salmon, and then the tuna, and then the potato, and that is a raw Admiral Pie, and we don't burn it. Let's go. All right, well, that is a +5 fishing boost. Let's go try and catch ourselves a shark. All right, so we can't fish, so let's take a little munch, and boom, there we go, 1 shark. That is one of my chunk goals, so we've now officially fished a shark on this account. And with that, that is both of our tasks for this chunk. We have baked an Admiral Pie, and we have caught a raw shark. So let's go ahead and mark those off of our chunk list, and get ready to spin another chunk. Now, right before this clip, I did roll type 1 at Village, but then I forgot that would actually somehow... The game would think that I would have access to Brimhaven Dungeon via trading sticks, which that I don't even know. So I kind of undid that and then re-rolled, and we got a choice between the Corsair Cove of Mythic Guild and the Barbarian Assault course. Pretty sure we don't, so we have to get like multiple quests before we'll ever unlock the Myths Guild. We need like Dragon Slayer 1, Legends quest, a whole bunch of stuff. So that'll be a very future thing. Let's roll another chunk. We got, oh, that's interesting. So we have Wizard's Tower and we have Karumja. So I can only get to the Wizard's Tower by the magic portals within the Mages Guild. But let's go ahead and get that. That'll get us closer to Draenor Village. It does give us, I think it gives us a couple interesting unlocks. Okay, Imp Catcher, I guess, and the Amulet of Accuracy. Let's go kill some imps. Let's get some beads. And that's the white bead, the yellow bead, the black bead, and another duplicate white bead. Tragic. Where's the red bead? There we go, with only 1 duplicate. That is all of the beads that I need. Okay, so as I said, in order to get to the Wizard's Tower, we go up to the very top floor of the Mages Guild, and then one of these portals will lead to... Okay, I don't remember which one it is, but one of these leads to the Wizard's Tower. Okay, it is the one over here to the east. Let's go ahead and mark that off and doing a little exploring. We have some random logs, wizards. Don't know why this gnome is here. Up here we have a split bark merchant. Interesting. I definitely won't be getting split bark for a while. And then Misgog here is the person who gives this quest. So there we go. I give them the 4 beads. They create a bead-looking pizza. They cast confusion on it. There we go. 875 magic XP, and an Amulet of Accuracy, which again is my best in slot for basically everything right now, which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. And with that, we have completed Imp Catcher and collected all those imps. We got our Amulet of Accuracy. Mark those off, roll some new chunks. Camelot Castle. So this would unlock, I don't exactly know what this would unlock. Or we can have the actual Brimhaven dungeon. Interesting choices. I'm going to go with Camelot Castle. Gets us closer to Seer's Village, which is really useful. We can start Merlin's Crystal. Wow, huge. And we have to kill one unicorn. So I guess we're going to go kill a magical animal. And like a silly girl, I forgot to switch my scene back over, but I swear I did kill a unicorn. I have the unicorn horn to prove it. But I did forget to switch the scene back over for my recording software. So let's go ahead and start Merlin's Crystal real quick, and then we will roll the next chunk. All right, and that is the only part of this quest that I can do. So seems a little silly, but that's it. Let's go ahead and pull up the chunk picker again and roll some more chunks. So we have, the next step towards Monkey Madness or the volcano on Karumja, both good choices. I'm pretty torn here. I don't know which one that I really want. I do want to get closer towards finishing Monkey Madness. That said, the Sar City is also really good. Let's go ahead and get the shipyard. That'll get us closer and closer. We're ever moving in on the elusive Monkey Madness. But we can also now finish the Grand Tree. That's pretty cool. So we can now, we're getting closer to Crash Island. Captain, please take me to Karumja. What? That's not where I'm supposed to be. I forgot that you crash land here. So I guess the first unlock wouldn't have been that charter, like the actual place. It would have been this crash site. So I'm just gonna, I don't know. I'm just gonna switch these two and call it good because I didn't know that it was gonna put me there. Harmless mistake, I hope. Now let's go into the shipyard here and do our two little steps that we can do now. Let's kill these dock workers, and we kill the foreman as well. And that is both of our tasks done. We also have a charter ship here, which is pretty handy so we can get back and forth. We're not stuck here. And that is the lumber order, which we need for one of these quests. And because we helped this lady out, she will let me hop in the food cart and make it inside. So, and that is why you always help people in need. And after a quick conversation with Charlie here, we can run over and talk to Anita. Thankfully, she just trusts a stranger with Glof's key, so that's pretty nice. We can now find the dirt that we need on this guy. Hopefully now the king will listen to us, that, you know, this guy is in fact bad and evil. So this puzzle is pretty simple, especially if you're just looking at the guide like me. You just put these twigs onto the tables in the correct order. And then we sneak down inside the tree to the basement, and then we have to kill a demon here. Nothing too crazy, you can safe spot this. It is not basically any danger at this point. After that, we talk to the king, and then he tells us to go find a stone. After we search into these roots, we eventually do find it. And that is the end of the Grand Tree quest. A lot of attack experience, agility experience, which is also super useful. A couple levels. And with that, we're able to start Monkey Madness. We're not really able to do too much after this, but we at least have it started. And now the glider actually goes where it's supposed to be, which means that I can't be here. So that is really funny that this quest line is requiring me to. So let's go back to the Grand Tree. We're just gonna ignore that and pretend like I didn't just, you know, go to a chunk that I'm not supposed to. Now that we've done all we can with Monkey Madness, let's roll some more chunks. We're gonna be rolling White Wolf Mountain here. That is pretty useful. We're almost in Taverley, which means that we almost have herb lore. Just a really useful transition unlock. Not too much to do right now, but that will lead to cool things in the future. In order to actually use this tunnel, we do need to do fishing contest. So I think we should be able to do all that right now, but let's go ahead and get that started. While we are here, we also need to kill this big wolf. So we're just gonna kill this over the wall here. Okay, and with that death, we can mark that off. We can mark fishing contest off for right now. We can't finish it. Monkey Madness is still showing that I can do up to step 4, but I don't believe that I can. I think in the future I'll realize that I could have taken a charter ship to get there, but for right now I don't remember that. So we go ahead and do our last little bit of exploration that we're able to do. And then it is time to roll some more chunks. So with that, we will spin the dice here. Another tough choice, further into Taverley or South Drainer Village. That's basically all of Drainer Village, if I'm being completely honest, so I will end up taking that. That is pretty useful. Let's see what unlocks we get from that. And it does look like we get quite a few different things here, mostly a lot of stuff to kill, a couple diary tasks. I'm not going to get 95 cooking to bake a summer pie or to get a grimy toward stall for farming. I'm not a sadist. So let's go ahead and knock these things out real quick. And that's 3 dead. I just want to note that we actually can't start some of these quests. This is still locked off, so we can't go further north here. Down in the sewers, we have a zombie, and that is an easy task complete. And after a brief interruption from Dr. Jekyll, that is the Black Knight also defeated. Last little thing I need to do is read this notice board to actually start the quest. And that is everything that I can do. So let's check that all off and roll another chunk. We have Port Serum and the Wilderness. Easy clap, it's Port Serum every time. Just wanted to point out here that this is locked behind a diary, so I can't actually use this, which sucks. Port Serum is pretty cool. It gives us access to Korend, it gives us access to Atrana, it gives us access to so many things. We have a lot to do here. Or not here, but this gives us a lot of new places to go. So that is Pirate's Treasure started. Betty's Magic Emporium over here has some real basic runes. A food shop with some random supplies in it. The red berries might be useful in the future for something, I don't know. I really love this church. I think this is like one of the cutest places in all of RuneScape. It looks so peaceful. Underappreciated little temple. And of course, we also have access to the ice dungeon. There are muggers here, pirates, hobgoblins, ice warriors, and ice giants. I don't know if any of this is going to be super useful, but let's go running through and get all of our KCs. There are also skeletal wyverns, but obviously I do not have the Slayer level to kill those. And if I remember right, I remember hating skeletal wyverns, so hopefully we don't get that Slayer level for a while. Final thing to do is just to actually sail from Port Sarum to Karumja. I believe that is a diary task. And also just, we haven't been here before, so strangely, actually the return trip is the actual task, not the going trip, but there we go, task completed. So I did lose some footage here. I did roll another chunk. I unlocked Remington, so I'm gonna go buy a Eye of Newt. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. This was, obviously this voiceover is over a year later. I guess I just forgot to hit record, don't know. But Remington it is. We have this crafting shop here with all these molds. I'm going to get one of everything because these I'm sure are going to use in the future. This does give us, I think, one more step in Biohazard, but we still have to get Varrock. So Biohazard, it's one more step, but nothing too crazy. After I finish buying these molds, we'll peek over in here. Another arrow shop, nothing too crazy, basically the same as Catherby's. And finally we start Witch's Potion. We basically have everything in our inventory already. We just need to kill a rat to get a rat tail. And then we'll peek over here and back into Port Sarum to pick up some raw meat, which we will then burn. And now I have everything. Drink from the cauldron, finish the quest. a tiny bit of magic experience, but that's a thing locked or unlocked. And a huge unlock here is that we can now make amulets. No longer using the stupid amulet of accuracy, I can now make an amulet of strength, a sapphire amulet, so I now have an amulet of magic and an amulet of strength. So very nice unlocks, considering my best in slot for melee was an amulet of accuracy or the gnome amulet. So the count's coming along. We're getting somewhere. But that's everything. Let's go ahead and pull up the chunk picker again, roll another chunk, and that is pest control. That is actually huge. I'm so excited to do pest control. Beautiful pest control. How I've missed you. This is like one of my favorite mini games. I think it's so fun. So we can't do it quite yet, but basically you exchange points for experience and more notably void, which again, once we unlock actual pest control, I will explain. But there are a couple interesting shops here that sell rations. Not really anything useful. A javelin shop. I don't know why there's a javelin shop here. I don't know who's buying javelins, but that is an incredibly useful roll. Nothing to unlock though, so let's roll again. Let's go ahead and take Dark Wizard's Tower here. That gives us access out of Falador. It gives us one more mining spot for shooting stars. I guess it gives us it's just a decent quality of life unlock, being able to like access the crafting guild. I'm trying to connect my maps together a little bit. All right, and with that is the easy task in Falador complete. Let's just go ahead and kill one of these dark wizards. And then let's climb up and see if there's anything else interesting in this tower. Doesn't look like it, so let's mark that off on our chunk list and go ahead and roll another set of chunks. Okay, it looks like we have wow. I think this is a pretty clear choice. We're taking the volcano. Let's go kill some Sar and get some upgrades. Yeah, that is an insane list of tasks. So this is definitely going to probably be the end of the video here. We have quite a bit to do in the Sar City. We have a whole bunch of different grinds that we can do. So I'm super excited to get some new best in slot gear. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Yes, this video is fairly old. The footage that you're seeing is over a year old at this point. But I appreciate you watching through it. We will eventually get to the new content as time progresses. Just a little bit behind, things come and go. You know how it is. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.